Hello adventurers, I'm Gray, and we've been #blessed with a new Hytale blog post. Thank you Hytale Team, Hypixel Studios. You've made my day and saved my day because I didn't have a video ready. I've been really busy this week starting grad school, getting tons of homework done. But you don't want to hear about that, you want to hear about custom content in Hytale. This is an absolutely massive blog post, not entirely in length, but in the importance of the content. Because for creative types out there, for the artists, for the people who are going to be making custom content for Hytale, this is important. And comparing it to something like Minecraft, we'll get into it. It seems to be more, it seems to have a lot more than Minecraft's creative stuff. However, it's also different, and it might not be fair to compare the two. So to start out, when we announced Hytale, we said we'd be providing players with all of the tools that we've developed in order to create the game. Over the last couple of months, we've received lots of questions about what that means for modders and content creators. In the past, we've discussed how the Hytale Model Maker allows creators to build and import their own models. They did a blog post on that. We showed off character customization, another blog post on that, and how blocks work and how to build with them. But this is far from the full extent of the tools and options that they have planned. So basically, the whole idea of this blog post is to go into a lot more detail about customization tools for modders and content creators without having to directly edit files. So the big difference between this and Minecraft's custom content is that for a lot of things you have to do in Minecraft, you have to modify the files. You have to make texture packs to change textures in the game. You have to make mods and manually install them into your Minecraft folder or use some sort of launcher to equip the mods automatically. It's just a lot of work, a lot of programming and all that type of stuff. And the whole theme with Hytale's custom content is ease of use, from what I've seen. And also live modding, live customization. All of the images and clips are work in progress though, so things will likely evolve between now and launch, but it gives us an idea of what they're going for. So the first topic here is customizing the weather. And Hytale's weather system has been shown off a couple of times. We've seen rain, fog, that type of stuff. It makes a huge difference to how an area feels. In creating zones and zones and biomes for adventure mode, we've already outlined dozens of presets that change everything from the color of the sky to the textures used for the phases of the moon. Here you can see a couple landscape shots. One just showing a guy staring off at the blue sky in the middle of the day, I assume. Then you have either a sunset or a sunrise or something like that. Dawn or dusk, where it's sort of an orangey glow. And then the third one is, it has an almost evil aura, sort of a green fog rolling across the land. All of these have a very unique feel to them. And the sun looks a lot larger in the third image compared to the second, and the first one you can't see the sun, so that's interesting. I wonder if this is some sort of special event that has to do with this glow and the big sun. Interesting. These presets are configured using a powerful in-game asset customization menu, which allows creators to tinker with almost every aspect of the game. Here is an example of part of the weather customization interface. Basically, this UI here that they're showing is in-game, like you can live customize this type of stuff in-game asset customization. So basically sky top colors, you change the sky top, of course, sky bottom. I'm not sure exactly what the difference would be. I guess sky top is right above you, sky bottom is kind of near the horizon maybe. Sunset is of course sunset colors. Fog, I assume that's what you use to turn it green up here. Sun colors, you can change the sun, which turns this one a little bit more green also. Sun glow colors. And you can see that there's a lot of layers in the textures that they have here. So there's going to be many... Okay, it's based on time. So you can see how the sky's sunset, it's clears up, then turns orange, then clears up, turns orange, and clears up. That's because it's transitioning from orange back to the normal sky top colors, then sky top back down to sunset, and then down to, I assume nighttime, whatever that is. And in general, you can switch views, I guess, from timeline. So it's from 0 to 24 hours, so basically the whole day is here, and you can go day to day too. It says day 0. So I'm guessing that depending on what day, you can make a specific days have their own unique colors. If you want special events to happen, say on your server and that type of stuff. And I know there's a lot more detail in here that will require some more analysis to really get, and some hands-on tinkering to really fully understand. But that's a general gist of it. There's a timeline, you edit it, and it proceeds through it, and that's really cool. In this example, you can see how different colors can be set for different aspects of the weather at different times of day. Using the bar at the top, you can cycle through times to preview the changes. The menu on the right provides access to other aspects, including swapping skyboxes and scar mapes, all without quitting the game. Best of all, these changes can be experienced by everybody connected to the server. So this is what I see as the big difference between this and Minecraft's customization. This has ease of access and live modding, like I said before. Since the server owner is basically the one managing everyone's textures and mods and that type of stuff, if they change something on their server, it affects everyone instantly. You don't have to disconnect. You don't have to worry about making all your friends download a texture pack in order to change it. It's all done server side, so the operator has full control and can set it up the way they want to for events and games and stuff like that. Now, the downside to this is that in something like Minecraft, you can use your own custom texture pack, and everyone else can be using all sorts of texture packs, their own type of thing. There's a lot more personalized customization. You have to do it yourself. You have to be a little bit tech savvy, so kids often might not do that type of stuff. However, there is some more freedom there. I'm not sure if this will allow you to do that. From what I've gathered, it's all server side, server managed. So there's a little bit less flexibility in terms of the individual, but it's a lot more flexible and customizable and better for server owners and people who want to run things like that. Okay, so here's an example of what can be done with asset customization. While they're not ready to show off the rest of the user interface, they're going to spend the rest of the post illustrating other things it can do and the power it grants to modders. So let's take a look at this. So you can see the weather basically live change here. So it goes from clear to snowy to foggy. You can see the light rays, RTX on, thanks NVIDIA. And this is sort of a light rays mixed with fog that adds a sort of mystical, fairy-like feel. The sky's turning more red. And is there going to be any more changes? I'm not quite sure. It's slowly changing. You can see the sky turn darker, and now stars, that type of stuff. And now morning again, I guess. Maybe not. Maybe it's just skipping around time. Oh, is it on loop? Oh no, it just keeps on going over and over. Okay, that's enough here. Next is live texture changes. So we went to live weather. Like I said, everything's live. Live texture. Changing the weather is one thing, but if you really want to customize an environment, you want to change textures. The in-game tools allow you to change the textures on the fly to a granular level of detail. So basically, everything you want to change will occur live for every player on the server. A little bit less flexibility for players, but more possibilities for owners, modders, that type of stuff. Look at that. You can change the desert to feel completely different. You could probably change this desert area to feel like a completely different biome if you changed everything. This has me excited though. I want to see all the different things. Like, I'm glad it's different from Minecraft and that there's, I could say, taking away some of that individual stuff, but it adds some different features in here because Minecraft already has those features. You can enjoy them in Minecraft. In this, I want to see what people do to innovate in creating new games and stuff using resources that Minecraft doesn't have. That'll be really interesting. Like maybe in the middle of a minigame, everyone's textures could just change. The world could look completely different. Or maybe you make it halfway through a custom map on a server, and then you hit the switch to go through a time portal, and all of a sudden you're in the future, and all the textures look very futuristic. And in Minecraft, you'd probably have to do that by teleporting someone to another location built with different blocks or something like that. Or maybe if you're on a server, you could force them to install a texture pack manually. But in this, you don't have to. You can just press a button, it'll automatically change the textures perhaps. That would be really cool. So yeah, there's a lot of possibilities here. Advanced building tools. They're also working on tools that'll help builders to quickly construct sophisticated creations. These include copy-paste functions that allow you to replicate complicated arrangements of blocks. This was shown off in the trailer for Hytale a little bit, but this has a lot more detail. This is like, what was it? Like World Edit, or was it MC Edit? I'm not sure which one of those was in-game, but kind of like that, but a lot more intuitive. Because I never really figured out how to use that. It was something like a wood axe. You have to whack corners in order to select an area, and then you can copy and paste that type of stuff. This has a whole system built for it, and it's built into the game. Like, it's clearly made for this type of thing. So this will make people who want to create maps on a massive scale very happy, I'm sure. Combining these techniques with options provided by live asset customization gives builders a huge amount of power. In the example below, World Team member Otium uses several different techniques to quickly expand and refine a complex build. So this is a live example. Show, don't tell, basically. So let's see what he does here. So we have a little piece of a building here, and he's going to use that, copy and paste to symmetrically finish the building. I've seen people do this in Minecraft with, I believe it's World Edit, right? It's World Edit's the one that's in-game. And then they would like copy and paste one side of the building once they finish it, so they don't have to do twice the work. So yeah, that's something you can do with this, but it's built into the game rather than needing a separate mod. Custom weapons and effects. In-game customization also extends to items, weapons, particle effects, and gameplay. We're going to dig much deeper because it's a massive subject later on, but for the sake of demonstration, here's what's possible with a custom model. This is, once again, show more than tell. This gives an example. That's cool. So this is basically sort of a zombies horde type thing going on. It's being very laggy, I apologize. There we go, it's finally rendered. So the zombies detect you, they have the exclamation points, and you take them down if you're a laser gun. Someone is going to make a full Call of Duty zombies in this game. I'm calling it now because people have already done that in Minecraft. So people have done it in Minecraft with all the limitations Minecraft has. It's going to be done almost right away in this game. It's inevitable. And I'm looking forward to it. That'll be great. Model 1 animations for the laser rifle were created in Hytale Model Maker for the modding segment of the Hytale announcement trailer. All we needed to do was turn it into a new weapon, All we had to do was to turn it into a new weapon was assign projectile and on-hit particle effects, establish damage values, and test it on some zombies. It'll be easy for modders to customize all aspects and test their changes live. Now, next part is my favorite, and you'll see why in a moment. Changing character models. Customization doesn't end there, player models can be changed on the fly too. It was taking too long to load, so I just opened a separate video player. So as you can see here, there's a human, of course. They can change their appearance at any time. But you would think just appearance, but no, they can change their whole model to another creature. And wait for it, a cat? You can play as a cat in this game? Not even a cat girl, just a cat? It could be a feline, a girl cat, I don't know. A pigeon? You can play as a goddamn pigeon? You can fly as a pigeon? As they say, almost all of Hytale's creatures and characters can be made playable with a button push, and the attachment system, last previewed in our introduction to the Hytale Model Maker, means they can even equip weapons and armor and perform actions that those creatures would never normally do. These changes can then be applied to single player or group or even everyone on a server. Do you want to play a game where dead-eye pigeons toss throwing knives at distant targets? Probably not, but we did that anyway. Let's take a look at this. Hopefully it loads at a decent speed. Probably won't, honestly, because my connection seems to be having some issues. Once again, it was taking too long to load, so let's just play it through here. Pigeon with a knife? What have you got? A knife? No! The crucial thing is that we give modders and server operators as much freedom as possible to use their imaginations, push the limits of the system, and experiment without having to rely on external tools. Besides, what's the point of filling the game with monsters if you can't play as one from time to time? Take a look at this, guys. Take a look. Ah, that is beautiful. So, needless to say, this blog post was amazing. I loved it. It might have been my favorite blog post of them all, just because my imagination's running wild right now. There's so many things you can do in this game. Am I going to be making stuff like this? Probably not. But it's not because I don't want to, it's because I don't think I'll have the time for it, being in graduate school and all that type of stuff. I'm not even sure if I'll have enough time to continue making YouTube videos. However, this looks fantastic, and I can't wait to play it, if nothing else. People are going to be doing so much stuff with these live texture changes, live weather changes, being able to transform into these creatures at any time. There's going to be so many game modes where people are customizing these mobs and making players play as them to do all sorts of wacky things, like maybe some hide and seek where everyone's, like some players are cats and some players are mice, and the cats have to hunt down the mice who can fit in really small corners, and mice have to like collect cheese by leaving their hole and all that type of stuff. And there's so many things you could do with all the creatures and customization and stuff in this game. I'm so looking forward to the creative community. I hope it has a really big community who's making tons of stuff right away. This has potential to blow up in terms of the variety and unique content that people are going to make on it. But we all know that because Hypixel Studios are people who know about creativity, who know how to push boundaries and these types of things. So I'm sure the tools will be a whole lot of fun to use. Regardless, I think that's all for now. I love this blog post. Tell me what you guys thought about it in the comments below. And I'd appreciate a like or a subscribe also, because I'm not sure how long I'm going to be able to do YouTube, so I want to take all the love I can get while I'm still here. And I'll see you all on the next adventure.